Welcome back, everybody, to the Los Angeles franchise, here with the two idiots to begin season 2. We are so excited to get the ball rolling here in our second year as owner, operator, managers, and general screw-ups for the Los Angeles Angels. There's been a lot of changes that we made throughout year 1. We drafted to the best of our abilities, which is somewhat of a low bar in this game, but we do the best we can. And in year 2, it's going to be a big one, I think, because we're going to be watching some draft picks pretty closely. We're going to get into the whole scouting mix all over again, probably make a whole mess of trades like we normally do. But I think that year 2 is going to be where we start to turn the corner. I expect us to have a far better year than year 1. Panther, what do you think?
We have to have a far better year than year 1. We barely survived being the basement team in all of MLB. We need to not finish in the bottom of our division, and we need not to be an embarrassment. So we need to start this off on the right foot.
What's the over and under you think on seeing a wild card?
Oh,
are we talking postseason in year 2 or no?
I would love to see us pull off a fucking staggering thing and come back from being basement in the division to scoring a wild card. Hell yeah, that'd be awesome.
Worst to first.
Oh shit, yeah, let's do it. Worst to first, baby.
Well, it's all going to start here in the series to begin year 2 versus the Athletics. It's officially opening day here at the ballpark. Baseball is back. The smell of popcorn, peanuts, and hot dogs is in the air, and the fans are ready to go as we begin with the Angels versus the Athletics in year 2. So excited to see what our guys can bring to the table, and it's going to be really, really fun watching some of the younger guys develop. And we're going to talk about them extensively as we come to them. We will be hitting first against Luis Severino. Luis. Got to start the year unsure of pronunciation. It's tradition.
Well, I mean, you got to carry that all the way through the whole season, so you must start it off and get it done.
The strikeout rate of only 13.9%. Severino is not a master of the paint here. So let's see if Nolan Shonowell can get us off to an exciting start.
I like how the catcher animation is him actually covering the pitch comm device.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. All right, called strike at the top of the zone. Shonowell watches it. Just said how this guy does not strike people out.
Shonowell's trying. He's swatting at everything over the zone.
I don't need any help making me look like a fool, Shonowell.
Oh.
Come on, man. Okay. All right, and then Brady House is going to step to the plate for the first time, and he lifts that to right field, and it is tracked down. Brent Rooker out there for that catch.
Give it a ride, just not a far enough one.
Yeah. Very quick results here for Severino. Strikeout and a pop-out immediately, and now Joe Adell will watch strike one on the outer edge.
Come on, let's get a base hit. Let's drive up the pitch count in the first inning.
Yeah. Ball. Now, Brady House is going to be one of the most interesting guys to keep an eye on. We put him in at the MLB level right away, and that's a risky maneuver with some players, so there's no telling how he's going to react. Through spring training, he did finish I think a 188 average, or 185 or something like that. He did not clear the Mendoza line, so he did struggle in the system against spring training, but I think that there's a certain number of people that would just put these players in kind of trial by fire, and that is what we're doing with Brady House.
I thought we might have got something from Adele there. Well, he's driving up the pitch count like I asked. But yeah, with...
Oh, that's going deep to right field. It's going back.
Oh!
And he can't get it on the dive. There we go. Joe Adell with a 2-out double.
Nice.
Yeah, he stayed at second. Okay.
What I was trying to say was the reason Brady House is at third base was we don't have a DH. And we took Royce Lewis and placed him at the DH position because he's got power. And his defense isn't as good as Brady's, but Brady's bat's a little weak. So it's going to be nice to see Brady have a great year at the plate.
I like the positivity there. We're projecting hard, trying to get the universe to listen.
Hey!
Royce Lewis will bloop that into left field. Joe Adell's going to take that home, and we've got our first run of the year in the very first inning.
Nice.
This is a good start there. I like that. I was a little nervous after those first 2 outs came in so quick. And Duran powers one into foul territory.
Yeah, so was I. That's like we got to get that with driving up the pitch count at least past 10.
Ball, that's off.
Yeah.
The 2 outs after 5 pitches was not looking good.
I'm always doing that mental calculation as well for like, okay, if he's 25 pitches after he ends the second, that's 12 and a half pitches per inning on average. That's not quite good enough. We need to drive that. Like, I'll always do that in my head.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss, we'll end it. But we struck first in our first opportunity. We'll give the ball now to Red Lauder. And he's got quite a task to live up to, I think. He had a great year last year, 33 games started. He took a lot of losses, but that can also be blamed on the offense, as he had a 3.77 ERA and a 1.4 whip. Now, his strikeout rate was also really, really low, abysmal at 12.8, extremely far below the league average.
I don't mind someone who doesn't do a lot of strikeouts, as long as they're like a ground ball pitcher and stuff like that, relying on defense. I don't like a guy that gives up a lot of, pop-ups, or not all pop-ups, but a lot of flyouts to the field, because those eventually will turn into home runs.
Yeah, you can only dance like that for so long before you get rocked.
Yeah, I mean, if you can give up a lot of weak pop-ups and weak power, that's great, but eventually you're going to get burned. So.
Yep. And there's a pop-up deep to left field on the warning track, and Geloff is out.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see him rack up a few more Ks, but
Garrett Hampson's an athletic. That's my guy.
I thought the name was familiar.
Yeah, I had him in my Rays series. He was the savior of that first year, man. Big swing and a miss. He'll chop at that at the top of the zone, and Lauder's ahead 0-2. Okay, fouled away to right. Yeah, and I agree. I'm not necessarily concerned by the low strikeout rate. I think it's important enough to point out because it'll identify, what type of tendency he has, and that's contact. But there's not necessarily a problem with the contact. If it's placed well and you're getting weak contact, if they're chopping, or they're chasing out of the zone, and it's a bunch of weak stuff, then yeah, you're getting the results you want in the way that you want, and that's fine. But it's definitely something to keep an eye on.
Oh, yeah, I hope the strikeout rate comes up. Hey, there we go.
Hey, there's one.
I'd like to see him improve it. I'd like to see him make strides in the K department for sure. But if he can keep the contact weak and ground balls, I'm not going to be too worried. But, yeah, I want to see him a little bit more Ks for sure. Need development and improvement.
And he did struggle through spring training quite a bit. I believe his ERA ended up around, 5-something?
He only seemed to struggle when they kept bringing him in, in kind of a slash reliever role, and he seemed to struggle. But he started. It starts that we set up, and the starts that the computer give him. He seemed to pan out really well. So just doesn't like coming in, in the third or fourth inning. So hopefully his starting record is impeccable.
Well, there's 2 strikeouts to start the year for him, and that's a nice first inning for the Angels. We'll see Jason Dominguez stand at the plate to begin the top of the second. Severino looks to lock in and prevent any more runs coming through. That's a good cutter. Wow.
I like, too, that a few of these guys were actually going to get a full year of play in it. The guys that we traded for.
Yes.
It'd be nice to see them put up solid numbers for our team for the whole year.
Yeah. And I think that there's a lot to look forward to, because when you do a rebuild and you have to rely on younger guys, either that you've drafted or to put up prospects, before some teams would traditionally put them in, Dominguez will bloop that into left field, and that's a leadoff single.
Wow, he fought off that inside pitch big time.
Yeah, so many things that are involved in where guys go and when they do it. And it's going to be really fun, I think, to watch our draft picks start to develop. There's a possibility of some of them making the MLB roster this year. I think there's two guys that I have in mind. We don't need to name them right now, but I do think that there's two guys that we could be on MLB watch for. Other guys that started lower than I think their ratings would traditionally suggest. You know, they're highly rated, but we started them in Double-A, and I think that's just to get them a little bit of playing time and get some data on them. But them being draft picks, we haven't seen them before, so we don't really know how they're going to perform. And so they might need to. I'd rather start them low and then bring them up than start them high and have to drop them.
Yeah, for sure. We would rather not see them in AAA stifle and fall down than have to move them down. So.
Strike at the bottom of the zone here against Dalton rushing. And he's one of those guys that we could be talking about here. Very young. And we go ahead and put him in, see what he can do.
He done well in spring training. He was at a great average.
Yes. Yeah, he did do very well. Not able to get that through into center field, so he's thrown out at first. Runner advances, though, to third for Lawrence Butler. With 2 outs, we do have another scoring opportunity here.
I don't know if in real life, but it's player model. Dalton Rushing's a chunky boy.
Yeah, yes, he is.
Counts 1-0.
It's funny. Butler watches a ball below the zone, well below the zone. We got him from the Athletics, so a very quick hello to his former team here. Severino passing the 30-pitch mark here in the second.
That's what I like to see.
Yep. Yeah, my ideal pitch count to try to push the other team's pitchers to is at least 15 pitches per inning. So that way, if we get through 4 and I'm up in the 60s, Butler will line out there to center field. If I'm up in the 60s or over 60 by the end of the 4th inning, then I'm looking at that pitcher being pulled probably in the 5th or 6th, and I'm okay with that. I like chewing up the relievers too, man. I really, really like forcing them to do a new reliever every inning.
Yeah, I like to make sure the other team's doing a lot of work. We don't want them sitting back just throwing out 2 pitchers a game.
Yep. And especially at the beginning of the series is when you need to set that tone, because if you can grab, their starter and get him out of there in the 4th or 5th, get him in real trouble, and they pull him early, then you can chew like 3, sometimes even 4 relievers.
Oh,
round out from Langoliers. The bobble thrown over and Louder covers. Great assist and heads up defensive fundamentals to get there. And wow, Ryan O'Hearn, former Oriole, is now on the Athletics. This game is weird.
I also had a thought too, is looking at Louder's back is his number 25. What's his number in real life, I wonder? And how does a game decide who gets what number? What if you had 5 guys on your team that all had 25s? I just had a thought of that for some weird reason. Hey, umpire!
2 balls.
That was 70-30 a strike, you bitch. Damn. Gotta get there in a hurry.
Wow. I just did a Google search here as you said that because I wanted to check. And his number is 81.
Okay.
But he also, 17 hours ago, strained his oblique in his injury rehab stint.
Oh.
So he was on rehab, and then he strained his oblique. So Brett Louder is actually out.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, so I wonder if the game just randomly assigns numbers or how it...
It's probably
nice.
random. And there we go. Strikeout pitch one more time on O'Hearn. Now big old Josh Bell is here.
In your series, Josh Bell's a Blue Jay.
Yeah.
I noticed that when you were playing them.
Strike 2 on the outer edge. Louder's looking pretty good, man.
Yeah, so far.
Ball 1.
1-2 against Bell. Louder also passing the 30 pitch count. And we got him. That's 4 strikeouts for Louder.
Great.
Fantastic. 6 outs, and 4 of them come via the strikeout.
He's looking to improve that strikeout rate.
Yeah. We'll turn the lineup back over here in the top of the 3rd for Nolan Shonwell.
Ball 1.
Ooh, friendly call for us.
Payback.
That looked like strike one to me.
Oh.
Out of the way. Not much you're going to do with that. That's like trying to get out of the sand pit in golf.
Ball, that's low.
Oh, that was a good take.
Yeah, good take, good take. Trying to pepper that bottom inside corner, Severino. That one doesn't. Switches elevation. Shonowell wise to it and able to foul it away, but we're even now at 2-2. And he makes contact there. Will it drop?
Yes.
He can't get it. Excellent result for Shonowell. Great effort in center field, but that is a bloop single. You got to lead off base runner again.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
Come on, Brady.
All right, so realistically, let's get into some season expectations. Brady House slips that deep into foul territory and right. So we won 40-something games. What was it, 46 games last year?
46 or 47, yeah.
1-1.
Yeah. So realistically now, I think that's obviously going to be the floor. We don't go lower than that this year. We just can't. We can't get worse.
God, no. If we do, we need to. We can't be fired because we did state that in the first one. We didn't put our feet to the fire, like, because we knew we were going to suck for 2 or 3 years. But
Right.
yeah, I mean, man, if we could finish at 500,
Okay.
you know,
That's a significant increase, though. I mean, we're
I
talking
know.
81 wins.
I know. I'm saying, like, if we could finish around, I'll say around 500. You know, I'll not say like, oh, we need to be, win 81, 82 games. But yeah, I mean, I'd like to see us add close to 20 more wins. Would be great.
I was going to say 70 wins.
So that'd be
And that's
another,
right there.
another
It's under
30-ish.
500.
Yeah.
But yeah, about 25 wins added, I think.
To be honest, like, I would love to see us like try to pull in 500. Oh, broke a bat.
Oh, shatters the bat there. Severino with the assist, tosses it over, and they get Adele at first.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see a 500, but realistic, I think 70 to 75 would be a great improvement.
Yeah.
Our pitching staff hopefully is massively improved because our pitching staff was what really let us down. So
Yeah.
I know our offensive numbers weren't great either, but we had a few guys that smashed, but just not enough. So
Inside ball.
I'm hoping our pitching staff with those acquisitions in free agency will pan out. If not, we'll be scrambling to make trades after June 15th.
Yeah. Well, and I think we're right around the same area as far as measuring success, because if I'm like, okay, we get 60 wins, that's still 100 losses, like
Yeah.
it's a lot. So I'd rather clear 100 losses. So like for me, a good season this year means we don't lose 100 games. So that's in the low 60s, right? We win 62.
Yep.
Then we'd be at 100 losses. So, okay, a good year then is above 62. Then I'm like, okay, well, what if I think we're going to have a great year? A great year for me would be above that 70 win mark. Because if we improve our win total by 30, I mean, that's massive. That's an incredible leap. It still only gets us to about 500. But from where we were, taking this to a 500 team in 1 year is a massive success.
Oh, it would be amazing. Like I said, a 500 record would be astounding after, only getting 46 or 47 wins. So, I mean, yeah. It'd be a massive improvement. But, I mean, it's possible.
Yeah. But I think for me, 70 is that golden number, really, to where I'm like, that's a really, really good year. And another strikeout for Louder. That's number 5. Wow. Evan Carter here on the Athletics as well. The Texas Rangers' highly rated prospect. The Athletics here are actually putting together quite a team.
Wonder how they made all those deals.
I have no idea. Now, Carter wouldn't be on, 6 strikeouts. 2 full innings of Louder mowing them down, and only 2 outs needed by the defense. And Schumann will get the hit into center field for the Athletics, and Louder has a man on with 2 outs now.
Damn you, Schumann.
got you, man. Lineup turns over now here in the bottom of the third for Zach Geloff as the Athletics have gotten their first hit. Louder will work out of the stretch for the first time.
That was pitch number 40.
Yep. Still pacing pretty well. So far, just averaging over 13 pitches.
Have we ever gotten a pickoff?
I think we got a pickoff with the Cubs in the postseason last year.
Yeah. We got picked off like 38,000 times.
Yes. Yeah. We got picked off more than we won games in year one with the Angels. And that's strikeout number 7. Wow.
God damn. Louder heard you talking about his strikeout percentage.
Well, he's making a statement, and he couldn't say it any louder if he tried.
We just need our bats to turn around here.
Nope.
Nope.
1-0.
All right, Duran, come on.
Oh,
A
Jesus.
bunt attempt flies up, and it's caught. What are you thinking?
Come on, Dominguez. You had 27 home runs last year, I think it said. Let's get it started
Wow.
off with one right here.
It's higher than I remember that being.
I thought it said 27. Could have been 24. I looked right quick as the stats
Even
up the screen.
above 20 would be.
Oh!
I would oh my
And he
gosh, no
fucking
way!
did it!
Cryptic Nostradamus! He calls it! Jacob Dominguez with the home run to right field! We're not in LA, but light that baby up! We've got a profit on our hands, people! What the hell?
Holy shit!
Wow.
Okay.
That's fantastic.
That is funny as hell.
Ball 1.
And Rocchio will take ball 1 low and away. Severino trying to bounce back. He's ahead of him 1-2. And it's even now 2-2 as Rocchio has discovered discipline.
Roki is also
Out the
somebody that I'm going to be interested in seeing. He's one of them that almost should still be down in AAA, but we don't have anybody else to play in his position that's good enough.
Yeah.
And that's the
Yeah,
problem.
there's a handful of these guys that fit that description. Is I think ideally if we had a fully functioning team, then we wouldn't have them at the MLB level. But they're on that cusp that you're describing of they probably should be in AAA, but they might be able to make it. You never really know until you try it. And so there's like, I think 3 guys in our lineup today that we could describe in that sense. Is it's kind of like, hey, there's not really anybody better. You know, like you need to play, you need to develop. And if we're already expecting a bad season, you know, the bar is low. If you just have an okay season, get some development, get some play time, you'll get better. And by the time that we need you to seriously get better, you will be. That's the hope, at least.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I said, there's a couple that are just borderline like MLB ready. And it's like, if we just had someone that was, we had a veteran that wasn't 39 years old and a deep potential, like you'd be down in the fucking minors, you know?
Yep.
So it just kind of sucks that you guys are getting trial by fire, but hopefully they pan out really well.
Well, there's some guys that thrive under that pressure in real life. A perfect example, I would say, right now, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Oh,
You know, he's one of my
phenomenal.
favorite players.
Yeah,
Love
me
that
too.
guy. He
Yeah.
had, as of this recording here on this Saturday morning, last night in the game versus, who was it? I don't remember who they were playing. Was it the
2 balls,
Marlins?
1 strike.
I can't remember the.
I don't know, but PCA had 2 home runs, one of them a grand slam.
That's ball
Holy
3.
shit! I didn't check the scores from last night. So. Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Let me go back. I want to do a real-time fact check here just to make sure. Yeah, it was against the Reds.
Oh, the Reds.
Cubs win 13-6, and PCA had 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. He went 3 for 5. He's got an OPS of 908 right now.
Damn.
So some of these younger guys, you give them some time, and they'll develop into it. PCA had some offensive struggles to begin his MLB career, but we all knew that the potential was there and that he could do it. He had a very high ceiling. And, man, he is just standing tall right now for the Chicago Cubs. We can only hope that that example is something that we can see here from some of our guys. Fouled away against Langoliers, and Lauder's ahead 1-2.
I think the fellow that's on is his first walk, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes it
it's
is.
his first walk, so Lauder's been pitching a gem.
Yeah, really, really strong through 3 1/3. Langoliers goes after that, but he's fouled away as he gets a piece. Lauder nearly struck him out.
Got him.
Yes, he does. Unbelievable. Langoliers could not check that swing, and that's another strikeout for Lauder. Ryan O'Hearn steps to the plate with 2 outs and a man on first. Lauder at 55 pitches, pacing very well for his start. Fouled away.
Ryan O'Hearn was acquired in free agency.
Yeah, I like O'Hearn a lot. He's one of the most consistent Oriole players right now in real life, as they are struggling and having a legendarily bad season. We have gone full skid, Avalanche back down. But O'Hearn's been a bright spot.
Yeah, he's one of those always solid, always good, one of those grinders.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, never a superstar, but always helpful. We're ahead of him 0-2 as he's fouled off a few things. Lauder giving him something junky to swing at if he wants to, but he holds back. And that is it! Another strikeout for Rhett Lauder. Fired up in his opening day game.
Wow.
What a start.
Orange Butler had 23 home runs last year.
There you go.
Start off-
Severino beginning in the top 5th with 67 pitches.
That's going to be an out, maybe?
Yep. Wow, that thing hung forever. Trying to keep an eye on the bottom, the little ticker down there, to see where I can see some Los Angeles Angels at in the projections. Okay, not in the wild card for the NL.
Kind of weird for us to be wild card in the National League.
I know. I'm not surprised we're not on that ticker right there.
Arise is a red.
Oh, wow. Good for them. And Shawnuel cracks that deep to left field, and it's not going to stay inside the foul line.
Damn it.
1-2.
I figure Gunnar Henderson's going to have 101 RBIs.
Yeah, I believe that.
Come on, Brady. Get hit, bud.
Brady House still looking for his first hit. Contact is made, and it's driven to right field, but that will be a clean and routine fly out. Rhett Lauder still able to hold the Athletics to only 1 hit throughout 4 full innings, racking up the strikeouts. Wonder if Los Angeles has one of those deals where the pitcher gets so many strikeouts, then you get a free taco at Taco Bell or something. I don't know, but Josh Bell, meanwhile, will make it to second on a leadoff double.
That barely was fair, and I mean barely.
Yeah. Yeah, right there on the line. And now J.J. Bleday, bottom of the order, will get a chance with runner in scoring position. And Rhett Lauder is in the most danger that he's been all game. There was a time you wanted to really turn the strikeouts up. It would be right now.
Yeah, this would be the time. Or ground ball to third base.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of ways to get it done.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
The important thing is just to strand that runner there. That was a good chase on that sinker.
Yeah, that was
No
a
pitch off
nasty
the plate,
sinker.
Ball 2.
Yep. 2-1 against Bleday.
Ball, that's inside.
Misses inside. Another really good placed pitch. Like, if you want a guy to go after it because he thinks it's in the zone if he's protecting. All right, count runs full.
3-2.
You want him to chop it that inside and just get tied up in knots because he can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
Full count delivery. And that's to center field. Going deep. About 20 feet before the warning track. We're going to throw into third and see if they chance it.
Yep.
They do not test the arm, so a great out for Rhett Lauder to begin. Evan Carter is going to be a scary power hitter in just a couple years as he develops.
Yeah, I think he's one of those guys that Texas is really going to fucking thankful they got.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And that's hit. And a perfectly placed ball over to third base gets Lauder out number 2. And this is exactly what we needed out of him. Any kind of an out right here will do it. And the options have really opened up for Lauder.
Ball that's outside.
Great first pitch. Schumann with discipline, though. Holds up and doesn't go after that for ball 1.
Ball 2.
Ball 2. Lauder really pinpointing, though. I feel like he's not missing. He's putting it exactly where he wants. You know, it's the battle between the pitcher and the batter. And right now, Schumann, with his discipline, has allowed those 2 first ones to come through for 2 balls. With a foul tip.
He's basically trying to pick the corners really well.
Ball 3.
Now 3 now. All right. Got to give Schumann something here. You don't want to walk him.
Yeah.
Okay. Inside. And the count runs full.
He's attacked the 7, 8, 9 guys.
Yeah. Okay. Fouled away, and we'll do it one more time. Pitch number 77 coming from Lauder. Still in pretty good shape. Fouled again. Quite a battle here between Schumann and Lauder, saying no, waving off whatever the call was. He's going to do something else. And that will work for us as that's lifted high into right field, and we've got him. Lauder gets a runner on second to begin the inning and gets out of it clean. What a phenomenal start by Lauder, man.
Awesome. Can't be any happier, I don't think.
No. I think he gets one more inning, and that's probably it. There's no need to really push it on the debut.
No. I'd like to get another run on the board.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad we've gotten some at least, you know. And Joe Adell, full line drive over to right field, and we've got a leadoff single. But yeah, I would hate to waste this start by Lauder by not having any offense. So I am really happy that they've got 2 already on the board. And the Athletics are going to make the first change and crack into their bullpen and pull Trevor Richards, who did not seem to have a great year in 24, that is. He might have been in the minors through 25, but that's 2 years ago.
He's a former Blue Jay, and early in his career, he was kind of a mix, how good he was, and then all of a sudden they developed him into a long reliever, and he threw changeups and people couldn't fucking hit it. Like, he was phenomenal.
Well, there's that circle change right there.
Yeah,
that looked nasty. Looked more like a 12 curve.
Yeah, and then what happened with him is he got injured, and when he came back, they kept putting him in as long relief, and after 2 innings, he was no more good, so he turned into a 1 to 1.5 inning reliever, and they kept putting him out for like 2 innings, and he'd falter, and then eventually...
Ooh, look at the bottom.
Oh.
I hate to interrupt you. I'm so sorry, but
all right.
We've got the second highest value-weighted farm system.
Nice.
173 million. Wow, that goes all the way back. Royce Lewis to the warning track with that one, but that's out number 1.
Yeah, so it's in real life, yeah, Trevor Richards at one time was always scary when they called him out, but then he developed and throwing like wicked changeups, and no one could hit them. They even knew what was coming. They couldn't hit the fucking thing. It was so great to watch. But then after that injury, yeah, it kind of sucked to see him kind of lose his ability. So I'm not even sure where he's at now in real life, but
Runner's going.
Oh,
man. That would have scored. The hit and run would have been perfect right there. Instead, it's 0-2 off of the foul ball.
Oh.
Man. I love when that works, the hit and run.
Oh,
that's a beautiful piece of baseball to watch.
Yeah. As long as it's not against your team.
Yeah.
1 ball.
Wow, the Tigers were projected to decrease their win total by 24 games on the ticker on the bottom.
I'd seen that earlier, and I was like, well, that's a big number.
Oh, my gosh. Hard hit by Duran. Foul.
Cardinals by 10.
Yep.
Where's our projection? How
Ball
many
two.
more games we gonna win?
Yeah. 2-2 against Duran. Staying alive. A really good game for the Angels here. Not much offense. Wow, there's that circle change, man.
Nasty.
Yeah, it does look like a 12-6. There's a lot of drop into that just vertically.
Yeah.
Jason Dominguez trying to go 3 for 3 so far in this game.
Cody hit 2 home runs? No.
Nope, but he will bloop that into left field, and that'll get down. Against the wall is Carter, and we will not chance the arm there. Short throw. So now, first and second. Dominguez does go 3 for 3, though. That's awesome. And Rocchio, line drive to center field, and that should bring run number 3 home for Los Angeles. Dominguez does not chance the run there either, so still first and second now, and Rocchio's got the RBI.
Come on, Dalton.
That's a ball.
We should go try to
Very
trade
good
for Dalton Varsho and get up 2 Daltons on our team.
I don't need to be any more confused with people's names, believe me.
Ball.
And that's in the dirt.
Oh!
Oh, you go for it? No! We get caught at third.
Damn it.
Dominguez's speed is probably mostly good enough to get there, but yeah, just not this time.
Damn it.
All right, so now a 3-run lead for Rhett Lauder to begin the bottom of the 6th. Just a little more cushion for him, and the lineup will turn over one more time for the Athletics. Sorry, 2 A's. All the way again. 0-2 to Geloff.
Nope. Outside.
Thought for a second like he was going to go for it. I was hoping. He'll go for that one, though. And that's strikeout number 10. Lauder has hit double digits.
Jesus.
Wow. That is incredible. 10 strikeouts for a guy who we highlighted at the very beginning of the game as having an incredibly low strikeout rate, far below league average. And wow, what a line drive from Hampson. That's a 1-out single.
100 miles an hour. Woo.
Yeah, you could tell from the crack of the bat that was hit very hard. And that's a lot of speed on first base now, so this is a different dynamic challenge for Rhett Lauder.
Nope.
Sinker low and away, but Brent Rooker watches it. Very good pitch, though. Really, really painting the corners. The command is absolutely there for Lauder. I mean, he's just been phenomenal.
Inside. Ball 2.
2-0, though.
Ball. That's out.
This is away. Being careful with Brent Rooker, which I feel like you do need to be, but behind 3-0, this is going to get really dangerous.
Hey.
You gotta start throwing strikes 100% now.
Yeah.
Have to keep it low.
Yeah, low and inside, I think. Try to tie him up. He's not going for anything outside. Oh, that'll work. To second and to first. We turn the double play, and Lauder is out of that situation very quickly.
Very, very nice.
The Athletics go to the bullpen again, and they're going to bring in Tony Santillan. Wow, nailed it. Santillan.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you nailed that.
Ha ha ha. I was like, Santillan? No. All right, Rushing. Come on, man.
Here's your another chance, because last time you were up plate when the guy got caught trying to advance in the wild pitch. So
Yeah, he gets an extra at-bat. Yep. It's a different pitcher in Santillan.
oh, nice
Ooh,
take.
So close. Yeah. And he lifts that high into right field, and it will be tracked down before the warning track. Long out number 1 for rushing.
Up next for the Angels, the right fielder, Lauren Butler.
Well, you can't go over.
Nope, come on. You might get another shot, but yeah, this could very well be the last at-bat for Butler. Hit hard to third, but reacted well, and that's out number 2. Shawnuel comes back in for his 4th at-bat.
What's the way he announces his last name there?
Shawnuel. You're like the reverb in the bass. Santillanes looks good. Gotten 2 quick outs. Has only had 5 pitches here with that one included.
Ball, that's too high.
Wow.
That's close.
Yep. Very close, but Nolan taking it. 1-1.
Ball, down.
Wow. 2-1.
He is trimming the top and the bottom of the zone there.
I know. I don't know if there's any day where I take that pitch.
That's
Me
ball
either.
3-1.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Santillan delivering.
That's
Nolan
ball 4.
watches it.
Very nice.
That's a walk. There we go. Brady House.
First baseman, Brady
Come on, buddy.
House.
New pitcher. The righty-righty matchup, though. Santillan looked good for the first 2 batters. He picked around Shawnuel.
Hey.
He'll nail the spot that he's been going for right there at the bottom of the zone. Swing and a miss.
0-2 is the count.
House down 0-2. 2 outs and a man on first here with a 3-run cushion.
Ball 1.
Could not be more low pressure or low leverage. House can relax. 1-2. Santillan delivering.
What are you
Swing and a miss.
swinging at?
Ball in the dirt. And House is thrown out at first. They strike him out and throw him out, and we'll end the 7th stranding a runner. And here comes Tanner Scott. Very excited to have him on the team. The last acquisition that we made in our trades in 2025 was for Dalton Rushing and Tanner Scott. And we'll get to see Tanner here for the first time on opening day. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Nope. That's
It'll
inside.
come in a lefty-righty matchup against Shea Langoliers. Batting clean up at the 4 spot.
Ball, that's down.
2 balls in a row. Tanner Scott was incredible through spring training. I want to say his ERA was at like a .63 or something like that. It was just absurdly low.
Either high 0.6 or really low 0.7. It was stupid low.
Yeah.
3.
And we'll get Shea Langoliers swinging at the top of the zone. Scott with a strikeout to begin the bottom of the 7th, and Ryan O'Hearn steps back to the plate. Lefty-lefty matchup now for Scott. All the way. This crowd chanting, "Let's go A's." Kind of ambiguous who that's actually for. Although I see a lot of athletics fans there behind the plate.
I don't even cheering for the letter. And I see MLB The Show is not fixed to fans. There's 2 girls on the right side with slender man arms going on.
Oh, great. Yeah. With this release being next gen only, or rather current gen only, I really had hopes that we'd get a big graphical upgrade.
Well, it's on the Switch, so.
Yeah, that's true. Josh Bell fouling that away, so Tanner Scott has struck out the previous 2, and he's ahead 0-2 now, Josh Bell.
Ball.
Oh, very close.
1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
Wonder if Bell's better from the left or the right.
I don't know, but Tanner Scott is going to have 3 strikeouts for his inning.
Tanner Scott don't give a shit.
Nope. Because I don't care where you think you're better. I'm going to beat you.
Come on, Joe. 2 for 3. You're doing well. Come on, let's keep it going.
The Athletics choosing to keep in Santillon here in the top of the 8th. And that's strike 1.
0-1.
Yeah, by 24 games, the Tigers are supposed to get worse. That's terrible.
It was funny. There was one piece the ticker was coming across, and they changed
Joe
it.
Waddell.
Oh!
Right field
Yes!
diving, and they can't get it. It goes over the wall. A ground rule double.
Way to go, Joe. Is he gonna have a turn? Is he gonna have a turnaround here?
Yes.
Perfect.
Runner in scoring position now for Royce Lewis. Santillon still on the mound.
Yay!
And Lewis will get that through into center field for an RBI single. And maybe now the Athletics will change him out. Always that fine line between wanting a reliever just to get some work. He looked okay in the inning that he was in, and maybe they left him in too long. Runner going for second to throw in from Langoliers. And yeah, not even close.
That was supposed to be a hit and
Wow.
run, I guess. 'Cause I don't think Royce has got that kind of speed to steal, does he?
No, he does not.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Why would you hit and run with Ezekiel Duran at the plate?
I don't know.
That's a ball.
Wasn't Duran the one that tried to bunt?
Yeah.
Weird stuff going on here. It's one to hit there, 98 miles an hour. Middle of the zone, slightly inside, but it's 1-2 off of the foul.
Ball, inside.
Inside, Durant's got it evened up. The Athletics have thrown in the towel. That's why they didn't change Santillon. And Duran's going to watch strike 3 at the top outer edge of the zone. And that'll bring in Jason Dominguez.
That was a good pitch, though.
It was a really good pitch, yeah. He needed that one. Dominguez 3 for 3 on the day, batting 1,000 with a home run already, as the prophecy foretold. And now he's searching for 4 for 4.
Ball.
Inside, backs him up a little bit. It's nice in a series as well, like we were talking about earlier, to begin a series
2 balls,
and be able to
1
have
strike.
them pull 2, 3, sometimes even 4 relievers out of the pen. It's really, really good, and it does well because then you drain their stamina for later in the series. It just decreases the amount of options that they have.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see them take Santillon out and put at least one more reliever in.
Yeah.
Oh!
No, come on, Dominguez. All right, Chihuahua.
And the umpire called that, not even the wasn't even the third base umpire.
Yep. We'll leave in Tanner Scott to try to get out of the 8th inning here, as he looked great with 3 strikeouts in the bottom of the 7th. J.J. Bleday lifts that high, but it goes into foul territory off in the right. One of the funner names in baseball, isn't it? J.J. Bleday.
Yeah.
Played at third. Brady House can't hit, but he can field.
Yeah, that's the one thing I like about him, but the back can turn out just a little bit. A little bit.
Yep. Quick out for Tanner Scott, and now he'll face Evan Carter.
Inside, ball 1.
This is inside with the slider.
Yeah.
It's that
I
slider,
got a ball,
pretty
one
much dead
strike.
center of his own bullseye, swung and missed by Carter. Fouled away. Scott ahead of him now.
2 dangerous locations.
Yes, very much. Carter may not have developed a masterful bat yet, but I don't want to help him develop that. He'll pop out.
Up next, for the A's,
Athletics fan, are you kidding me?
That's good. I like those.
No, we're not kidding you.
Oh, 97.
Great strike. Yeah, that's awesome. Wow, hit really hard. 104 off the bat from Schumann, but it's in foul territory, so Scott's ahead of MO2 with plenty of options to get him now. We only need 1. 97 on the upper outer edge, and that's another strikeout to end the 8th.
pitching for the
That's awesome.
Athletics, Number 47.
Michelle Otanez. Nailed it. 85 innings pitched last year with a 4.13 ERA, a good strikeout rate. That walk rate's a little high, though, so I'm wondering if he's a little wild. That's what those numbers would tell me at just face value. 7, 8, and 9 scheduled to end the top of the ninth for Los Angeles, as we've got a 4-run lead in the final inning of the game.
That's ball 2.
Really, really good opening day.
2 balls, no strike.
Yeah, it's a great opening day.
Ball 3.
And that's 3 balls in a row from Otanez.
Nope.
Make it
Ball
4. Rocchio's going to have the easiest at-bat of the year. Just watch 4 takes. Dalton rushing now. Leadoff walk puts a man on for him. 0 for 3 today. Watches strike 1, 99. Tanya says, forget this screwing around. I need to get a strike. No! Rushing is going to hit into a double play. Eliminate that leadoff walk. And now Lawrence Butler, the 9-hitter, final guy in the lineup for the final at-bat of the game. Strike, 99. Another good one. Slider on the outer edge, and he's ahead 0-2 against Butler. And a swing and a miss. Wow. What a bad start to great ending there for Otanez.
Yeah, that was crazy.
The full range of emotions there. And we're going to bring in Hunter Gaddis to try to close this out. Not a save situation, so we just put in one of our relievers that I'm excited to see. Sub-3 ERA through nearly 100 innings pitched last year.
Yeah.
Really low walk rate.
1 whip, that's
Yeah.
great.
All right, 1, 2, 3 for the A's here in the bottom of the ninth in the final hour to try to mount a comeback with Gaddis on the mound trying to prevent it. Been awesome, really just good vibes and relaxing first opening day here, and it might be the first time that we've had that. I'm trying to think back to our previous series and how those opening days have went. That would be a fun little research dive to try to go back and compare to. Swing and a miss by Gilloff.
The opening days for the Nats and the opening days for the Cubbies and see how they panned out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to take
wonder.
a look.
It's our opening day record.
Nope.
I don't
Ball
think it's
1.
very good.
It's probably not very good. No, this may be the very best start. Contact made there, but it's foul. 1-1 against Hampson. Not a guy that you want to get on base. His speed is really good. High to left field in foul territory. A souvenir. We lead the MLB with the Rays on the bottom ticker there. 8 top 100 prospects. And that is a perfect slider against Hampson. Gaddis gets the strikeout.
And the Boston's farm system, $234 million value.
Yeah, that's crazy. We're number 2, and they've got
Ball
60 million more than us on that valuation. Wow.
What the hell have they got in their minor league?
I don't know.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Clone of Babe Ruth.
2 of them.
2 of them. Swing and a miss by Rooker, and
ball,
they're down to their
2 strikes.
final strike. Hunter Gaddis delivering the 1-2. And that's a great slider, but it's fouled away as Rooker got a piece of it.
Yeah!
And we got him! An excellent first opening day in year 2 to begin the series and the season with good vibes. The Angels, never really in doubt on this one, have a 4-0 victory. The A's manager despondent and confused there in the bullpen.
Man, that was awesome.
Great, great win.